1. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. It's your boy Smooth.
Hi guys, this is Vadim speaking.
Hello everybody, it's Ash Bash.
And we
Hi, this is Smash here from Server 6.
And we are back with another episode. This is episode 42 of War Elite, entitled Evil Spenders and Can They Be Stopped? This is going to be a very fun episode because I've covered extensively on multiple Mafia mobile games about spenders. And there's all kinds of spenders, guys. Just like there's all types of people in this world. And one thing I can tell you about spenders is with great power comes great responsibility. And sometimes that responsibility is not, it's just not there. But you have, hopefully, if you're lucky, you have a group of people surrounding you in your server, like the Avengers that I've assembled here today, like Vadim and Smash and Ash, and even if you're not spending a lot, if you're a veteran player, you do have a responsibility. You can't just watch somebody and do somebody that's destroying a server or zeroing players for no reason, and if you do nothing when you could say something and do something, you're just as guilty in my book. But with that being said, luckily we have some really good people like my co-hosts here who, in War Elite, it's a little bit different when it comes to migrating to servers. They have that safety net that we've talked about a couple times. But still, when you have a lot of power in your hands, and you can just do what you want, what keeps you guys from doing bad instead of good? Were there temptations there? And I'm gonna go around in a circle and ask you guys the same question, and you guys can answer. We'll go the same question the same rotation we did our introduction. So Vadim, were there temptations there for you when you started spending and realized that people could not keep up, and you knew that you were going to be that person in the server who was calling the shots, basically? You could do what you wanted to do. Were there temptations there to destroy certain players when you knew you could, when they were just asking for it?
No, personally, I wouldn't do those kind of stuff to players unless they piss me off really bad on purpose.
It's gonna piss me off really bad on purpose. I believe it was you that was telling me there was a guy who was constantly just basically trying to piss you off on purpose, and you were like you had to hit him like almost every day because he was just was that you?
Every day I got like 50 million grenades from him. He disappeared now.
You said he disappeared?
I don't know if I made him disappear or not.
Alright, well, what about you, Smash? When you started, you said that the war in Server 6, you basically showed up after and everything had already kind of settled down, but did you have like a chip on your shoulder when you came in and started spending? Was there ever a point in time where you were tempted to test out all that troop power?
For me personally, because when I came in, I kind of know that we have this server versus server thing going on. So I had no intention of trying to destroy anybody in the server. The reason why I was spending so heavily in the game is because I wanted to be able to contribute to the server when it comes to the server versus server. I want to be one of the person who actually leading the front line, fighting the enemies on. That was my motivation one of the reasons why I was actually spending. I had no intention of trying to kill off an alliance or kill off anybody in the server. But I'm not going to say that if you are from another server. Because my intention is to protect our own server, is to fight for my server, and to destroy you guys from the other server.
True. That's true.
Right. So that's why I have no such intention of wanting to. Even now, till now, I'm still spending on the game, trying to improve on my couples. Hopefully that in the next server versus server, we have a much more fun encounter with the rest of the server that we're going to be competing in, right? So that's my point of view.
Okay. Well, what about you, Ash? Was there at any point in time when there was people in the server where there was friendly competition where you felt like flexing?
Honestly, not so much really for me. Honestly, I was kind of just more trying to get all the veteran players to stay because most were leaving at that point. So attacking or even friendly battles weren't really an option.
That's interesting because for me it's always been, in other games I've always been one of the top players, so I've always been tempted at times, but also at the same time I come into this game and I'm way smaller than everybody, so I don't really have that, so the temptation is 100% there for me to go to a new server at one point and try and flex a little bit at some point somehow. Okay, well, I want to do something that I find very, very fun, and what's fun for me is to do these made up imaginary worlds where we talk about what could possibly happen if this happened. You know what I'm saying? Just we'll kind of play it out here, and again we'll keep the same rotation going. I do want to say that in this imaginary world, guys, anything goes, right? And so with that said, Vadim, we're going to talk about, imagine we're all in the same server and all of a sudden this guy shows up, throws up a bubble, and he just starts growing out of control. And all we can do is just watch him grow. Now, this guy grows for, let's say, a year, right? And as he grows, he's causing problems. Here and there. And you know that he's staying under a bubble for a reason, right? This person gets, let's just go ahead and say, twice the size of Smash. Okay? And again, there's nothing we can do because every time we go offline, he's attacking our players. He's just causing chaos, right? How do you stop an evil spender, like somebody that's a legit joker? You know what I'm saying? Like just a server troll, and somebody who's much bigger than anybody you've got on your team. Like, how do you stop somebody like that? And I would love to know, do you ever wonder what it would be like to have somebody who is as big or bigger than you?
Like, I would say the first thing is like you're gonna seek strength in numbers, because like people who like that, I think they typically don't have many followers. If there's more than one, they don't have a lot of followers. With them, you can use like strength in numbers to deal with this type of person, and you're gonna work together to coordinate the attacks. Because like another thing, like we mentioned before, is like you cannot win this game alone.
That's very true. Very true. When you say that you can work together to well, actually, let's continue rotation, and then I'll go back to a different question. Okay, so Smash. Wait,
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's Ash. Ash, you're
Yeah.
next. What do you think about this? Like, have you ever thought about what it would be like if there was somebody that your family could possibly not control or keep under control? What do you think about a situation like that?
I guess regarding if like they were attacking your members or something, I guess what popped in my head is how we established like safe areas. Like hopefully we have an area that he does not have access to, so that way we could put our members behind it, and then therefore they would be safe. And then hopefully from there figure out how to handle that. But that is definitely something I've never really considered.
Well, what about you, Smash? You ever considered what would happen if there wasn't that safety net in place and somebody either was able to migrate over here that was twice your size, or what if somebody was growing to twice your size under a bubble and you know that they have bad intentions? Vadim said work together, but if you could tell me your take on this, and also if you could explain the working together, how that would play out, if you could give us a play-by-play on that as well.
All right. For me, if I come across with this kind of situation, I will firstly reach out to all the other active alliance in the server and let them know about the current situation and how we can actually work to fight against this player. Because for a new player who just joined the game, they will probably be in the outer zone of the map. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to restrict his access going into the next zone, which means that the alliance in the server doesn't accept this player to prevent him from having access to the next zone to cause havoc with other smaller player. So we have to come to an agreement that nobody accept this player, right? Then we have to work out on our schedule timing. We will have to find time. We have to all be in Discord or whatever. So whenever his bubble bursts, whoever is online keeping an eye on him have to call the rest, and all the big guns have to work together and just keep on hitting this guy. We can never stop. We can start rallies. We can do double rally, triple rally, depending on how many alliance there is. All the big guns will go to each individual. Let's say, for example, in server 6, we have four alliance, and then we probably only have 3 big whales. So the 3 of the whales will actually be separated into these 3 different alliance, because we will use our couples. Because as we are more stronger, we will be the ones setting up the rally. The rest of the people in the alliance will join our rally. So we will do double rally or triple rally. That means 2 or 3 rally will be hitting his city at the same time. That will cause more damage for him.
Damn.
Because if we're going to go on a single rally, he will have time to heal. Because he spends, so he will have gold. He will have got a lot of gold. He will have a bundle of gold. He can instant heal just clicking on the gold. So we will be having dead troops, but he will not be seeing the effect of having the dead troops. So in order to fight this kind of player is to deplete all his gold. There is the only time then you can start to really slowly kick in to let him feel the pain. But it's going to take up a lot from the rest of the players as well. Because we have to remember, when we attack a city, we get dead troops. They don't. Unless their hospital is full. Then only then they will receive dead troops.
Interesting. Okay, so that's really cool. I never thought about having the, double, triple rallies going at the same time, because the more capos, the better, right? That's really smart. So separating into multiple families and having the different rallies going, that's super smart. And I appreciate you breaking that down for us. Going back to Vadim, when it comes to this game, like I said, they have that safety net in place where it is under control. But what happens if this is going on in another server? So in my other game that I play, people tend to look at me like the face of the game, right? They literally come to servers that I'm in, no matter what server. I mean, I've switched servers 3 or 4 times since I started my podcasting, and some players, they follow me to every server, just because they want to be a part of what we're doing, and I appreciate the support. But also at the same time, that leads people to believe that I have a responsibility to just more than one server. If something bad is happening in their server, they come to me and they tell me about their problems, and they expect me to care, which I do, but they also expect me to do something about it. And so that can also be said about this game. With War Elite, the people who watch us every day, they're at some point when something bad happens, they're going to say, hey, Smooth, hey, Smash, hey, Ash, hey, Vadim, this is going on, what can I do? And when that happens, there is that feeling of, damn, I really wish I could do something. Maybe I can. So with that being said, if you heard, and again, this is just an imaginary world, but if you heard that there was somebody really big, maybe your size, maybe you could take him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's bigger, but maybe you still think you could take him. And they were just destroying a server for no reason. And you had multiple people coming onto the live chat saying, hey, we need your help. Going into the Discord, hey, somebody do something, please. This person's destroying. Do you feel a tinge of regret? Would you want to do something? In an imaginary world, does Vadim say, I got enough migration vouchers, let me talk to the king of server 6 over there and get my passport, pack my bags? Would you go to another server and try and help destroy somebody who is causing chaos in another server?
I mean, if I get the request, I'll definitely consider it. But at the same time, I mean, I would say the worst option is like it's always going to be migrating. I'll tell you, the worst option, like if you just get sick of what's going on over here, there are other servers you can go to.
Well, again, we're talking about somebody trying to destroy a whole server, not somebody, just one person. Like a whole server would have to migrate to get away from this person.
I mean, if this is a urgent situation, I mean, we must. I actually feel like we must work together to stop this person. Even though like we had some past disagreements or something, I think we need to put all of those aside and to get rid of this person first. That's what I think.
Very, very cool.
If I get the request, I would definitely consider that.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure the rest of the community does too. So we have another Marvel Avenger here, Ash Bashi. What's your take on this? If you had the power in an imaginary world, let's say that you've spent as much as Smash, and like I said, you're getting the help me, our server's being destroyed. Would you feel the need to go? Would you go? What would you do?
I would like to think without a doubt I would love to help and support to keep that server alive. I would also, there would be nothing wrong with getting backup. Also getting some teammates and also heading over there to do so as well. It's actually kind of funny because that was actually a scenario in the game where someone kept telling me that in a different server, they kept sending me battle reports of people on their server just attacking him and attacking him and attacking him. And I did. If I could, I would have definitely went over to support and help him. I wanted to, but so definitely, I guess in the imaginary part, without a doubt, I would love to go over and support and help that server still stay alive.
You would touch down like Wonder Woman and just start whooping on them.
Yep.
What about you, Smash?
For me, right, because this doesn't happen when I play this game, but it does happen in my previous game. So being the strongest player in the kingdom, I practically have to protect smaller alliance that was being bullied by Rogue Alliance. So I was constantly being DM in the game because I was spending a lot of the game. So they were personally, the leader would DM me telling me so and so alliance is hitting us for no reason. Right, and then I will reach out to the so and so alliance, then I will see what's actually going on, what actually happened. So I'm like more kind of like a judge in the game. And then when I say, okay guys, stop fighting, and if one of the alliance refuse to listen, I will join the other alliance and I will defend them. Because just my presence in the alliance that's being attacked by the Rogue Alliance, they tend to pull their troops all away. I don't even have to send out anything. I don't even have to fight them. I just port to their territory. I just teleport to their land, and then I just put fire on much of my troops on the field. They will walk away. So my job there is actually kind of very similar to what you actually play. But this doesn't happen in War Elite right now, so I don't actually perform this. But in my previous game, whenever I log into my game, I can tell you my DMs are full. There are always players complaining to me, so and so hit their gathering, although they are gathering in their own alliance turf, because we have our own rules and regulation for kingdom. So it's like they want some justice there. I will actually ask for screenshots, ask for text, ask for all the information. Then I will be the one to judge. So for me, right now if you are talking about another kingdom, I personally feel that if I were to go and help the other kingdom, will it affect my current server? What will happen if I were to leave server 6 and let's say for example now I go to server 7? What will happen to server 6? Because I'm still very attached to server 6. I don't want to leave server 6 and then end up making server 6 crumple.
That's a good point. Well, I think that could be also be a point in the right direction, right? Like, there's like that theory of if aliens were to come down and try and destroy the human race, would the human race be able to put aside their differences in order to come together to fight off the alien invaders, right? And I think you could kind of translate over to this situation where if Godzilla comes to destroy the human race, are we going to all come together as far as different servers in order to destroy that person? And that's also like, I think what we should kind of probably be trying to do anyways is reach out to other servers and make relationships with these other server leaders, at the very least the server leaders, if not the whole server, because at the end of the day we are going to have to fight against these other servers. At the end of the day, War Elite might decide that they're going to decide to open up a new server every 10 days like this other game that I play, and I don't know if you guys understand, but there's only so much space. So when you open up 200 servers, they're gonna have to merge server 4, server 5, server 7, and server 8. They're gonna have to merge all these different servers together or whatever to make more room, right? So you don't know, guys. Eventually there could be 8 servers merged into one, like this other game that I play. if they decide to start opening up servers every so many days. So that's always just food for thought. It's like we could already have an alliance in another server if we wanted to. We could be building connections and friendships with other players, and I think that maybe we should, because that's also going to open up the opportunity of having more players come on the podcast and get to know these people. So Vadim, let me ask you a question. When you first started playing, were there any... I know kind of a little bit about the history that happened in Server 6, but I don't know anything about the history about Server 4 when you first started. Were there people that were bigger than you in your server already?
No, like at the moment when I moved to server 4, like I was already the most powerful player in terms of just combat power in the game.
Okay. Were there any? So there was no wars going on between anybody when you first came in?
I think there were wars going on, but but some forms of agreement has been reached. Like, okay, you can develop here, and we can develop here, something like that. Just like, I think I wasn't involved in all those kind of stuff before I moved there.
Okay. I'm trying to establish the kind of players that there are in different servers, because as far as I know, there were not any bullies in Smash's server. I was trying to figure out, were there any bullies in your server when you first started?
Do you want me to become one?
Oh, shit. Please don't. Hey, wait. You wouldn't hit a kid with glasses, would you?
No, just kidding. Not gonna do that.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if maybe there were any bullies in server 4. Me personally, I've had tons of run-ins with bullies in the other Mafia games I've played, and it's interesting to hear what some of the bigger players have to say about bullies.
Actually, I don't think so, because at that time, there were only 4 to 5 players active. Okay, I'm not counting on those people who just come online for 4 to 5 minutes every day. Only 4 to 5 players who are active in the server. So even if there were bullies, they were gone.
Got you.
Vadim can wipe them out with a snap of his finger.
Dude, I want to know what that kind of power is like. I really do. Maybe one day before all of this is over with, I can log into somebody's extra account that's a lot bigger than mine and have fun.
I tell you, the root cause is like we need more players, because like when the base is getting bigger, you get all kinds of people.
Yep, agree.
Wait, can you say that last part again?
Like when the player base gets bigger, you will get different kinds of people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right now the base is not big enough. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, do you think it would be a good thing to merge multiple servers together?
From past experience, no.
Okay, so let's play it out. Let's play it out in our head really quick. Okay, again, imaginary world. Server 4, server 5, server 6, server 7. They all merge together into one server. What happens step by step if you can break it down quickly, like in like short-term version? We'll go around. Vadim, you give me your version of events, what you think would happen. Ashley, then Smash. Vadim, when I say breaking it down, I mean like, okay, this is just an example. All the servers merge. After the game shuts down for a couple minutes or whatever, it pops back up. all of the players are now randomly scattered across the map. You guys have seen what happened on when Duel in the North happened. When Duel in the North happened, you guys saw what happened, right? You guys are aware of the players that are mainly the biggest players in each server. So go ahead and break it down for me as far as what happens. This is just an imaginary world, guys.
I think it will be chaotic. Because like there are already like people who know each other, so you cannot avoid those kind of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Because like as I said, the base is not big enough, so like everybody already know each other. So there's no way to avoid this kind of stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Like everybody already know each other very well, so like it will be chaotic because like it's gonna be drama going on, it's gonna be fighting, and in the end people who are at disadvantage, they probably gonna think about quitting the game. I'm speaking from the past experience in Silver 4. Like unfortunately, like Silver 4 is like a map. It's like a merge of 1, 2, 3, 4, and they actually killed the entire server.
So there's not a part of you that is itching for a fight with any other players, even if it's just friendly competition?
So I didn't know the history, but the Silver 4 was the server merge occurred like in I think around February 2023, and the experience was not very good, and I still don't know how they ended up with only 4 to 5 active players in the server.
Interesting.
But that server merge killed the game. I even got it was even on the review on the App Store. They say, oh, they did a server merge and that killed the game.
Interesting. Okay. Ash Bash. What do you think would happen? Play by play. Again, this is just for fun. Wraith, what's up, Wraith? What do you think would happen play by play if, like I said, server goes down and then when it comes back up, all 4 servers are merged and we're all scattered on the map?
I think it would be probably chaotic at first, but then maybe once we all realize that we're stuck with each other, then maybe establish some rules or boundaries that hopefully don't make everybody quit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty much just Adam's first comment kind of explained it if it went worst case scenario way.
No, like I love your perspective because it's so an ashy bashy perspective. Like hopefully we'll all just get along. I love it. I love it, dude. That's great. All right, what about you, Smash? Give me the play-by-play, buddy.
For me, right, when this kind of scenario happens, as what they mentioned, it's gonna be chaotic, right? The first thing is that those people who are, let's say, from server 6, each individual server players will still want to be in the same alliance. So they'll probably start off their own alliance, then the tug of war will start to happen. What I mean by the tug of war, that means the fighting of all the casino, the bridge, right, and the territory, all the fighting will start again. But if we know that, if let's say for example, when we first started out on basing on the Duel in the North, we couldn't really actually start to attack other players because we were actually in our own continent. But if let's say you were talking about a merger whereby we will all be spread out throughout the maps, and I'm probably gonna kill off some smaller players that's not under STM around me. That will eventually actually kill the game. Why? because this player has been trying to grow, and then when this much comes, and like me people with high power, good couples, we come in together with them, and then we start clearing these people out. Everybody will have their own agenda for what they want from being in the server. Like for example, I want to be the king of the server, right? I want to be the one who call the shot in the server. I want to have the strongest alliance. So every player will have different agenda. All the leaders will have different agenda. And if they cannot see eye to eye, they keep fighting. Then in the end, it might only be left with only even lesser players, because too many players, they are unable to catch up to keep up with such a all like fighting all day long. They cannot keep it up. They burn their resource, they burn their speed up. They practically have nothing left in their inventory. They feel empty, and the next thing they do, I'll quit. So I wouldn't advise to have the developers to even think about merging 4, 5, 6, 7. No, please.
Because Silver 4 was like a disastrous example. Disaster?
Yes. Please
Silver
do
4,
not
I
do
think, what happened was like, I pull out some history. It was like there were different alliances, but suddenly like the fighting, keep fighting. Like the winning side, of course, is my alliance. Winning side, like after beating off all the rivals at the winning side, starts to get bored, and also they start losing players. So if you get tired of fighting, and I mean you get tired of fighting, and like the losing side, sometimes they don't want to be under your control, and they just start to quit the game when they join the other server. And if you win, and like you're the victorious, and you have no rivals, you start to get bored, and you also start to lose players. So it's a total disaster. Like Silver 4, like back then, last year was a total disaster.
Damn.
So Silver Merge, never consider that. Like end of December, like there was an old team. They were talking about the Silver Merge. I said, even me and Silver 7 and those guys, we all opposed it. We said just make a Silver migration instead of a Silver Merge. Because like it's gonna be end up like a 1+1 that's not equal to 2 scenario.
But I have to ask you, you really think that a year from now the player retention is going to be the same for these older servers if they decided, and again, this is just imaginary world, but let's say that they decided tomorrow to start opening up a server every 10 days, like the other game that I play, Imagine. Every 10 days, right? You get, let's say 200 people. Let's say they get 200 new players to download the game and join the server. Every 10 days, they get another 200. Another 10 days, they get another 200, right? And so you're telling me that if they decided to do that and they opened up 100 servers in 1 year, you think that the players that we have now, a year from now, you think we're gonna have all those players that we have now a year from now in our server that are active? You don't think that it would be at that point a good idea to merge based on player population alone?
I'll say if you merge the server, like you won't keep all those players. Unfortunately, you have to lose some people.
But you still don't think at that point it would be a good idea to merge? I'm only asking because it's fun for me to know people's perspective in different games. Again, I'm coming from a game I played for over 10 years, and they've been opening new servers almost for 10 days for almost 10 years. There's so many servers that they've merged. Like, imagine you have a ball of Play-Doh, okay? And in order to keep making servers, you have to take a piece of Play-Doh off of that ball for every single time you make a server. Imagine how much Play-Doh you have left. Okay, that's
it's like you don't have enough capacity.
Right, exactly. That's how many times they've had to merge the servers, right? So that's why I'm asking. You know, at some point, they had to merge servers because they didn't have enough player base as well for each server. So in order to keep, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that War Elite is not that old of a game, but eventually, let's say we have just us, me, Smash, Ash, Mock, and let's say one other, right? A year from now. So it's like, dude, we've only got 5 fucking players. What do? You have to merge. So do you think that it's doable without the chaos at some point?
There are only 5 players active. I'll say maybe. Depends on who they are. I mean, ultimately depends on like the people.
What about you, Ash?
From my past experience, it wasn't good.
And it can't be. Sometimes it can't be. What about you, Ash? What do you think? A year from now down the road, we've only got a handful of players left in each server that are active every day.
I definitely think that I agree with you that they would maybe consider that as a possibility. Again, not sure if that would be the best choice or option, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past them either.
Interesting. Smash. Talk to me, my dude.
For me, if let's say the games is gonna open up a new server every 10 days and it's made known to all the older players, how I look at it is actually it allows in the previous game we have this thing we call the jumpers. So how we actually do it is that we gather a group of free-to-play players, probably like 10-20 players who don't spend in the game at all. Right, we go to a new server when it's open. We collect whatever resources or speed up we can within a period of time. That the game I used to play there was a 7 days grace period, and you are still able to move to a new server. So these players like us, we call ourselves jumpers. We have these 7 days of grace to collect whatever shit we can, and when we go to the next new server opening, when the next server open, we go in there. We already have the resource and speed up to push for our powers, right? And in games like this, you not only necessarily need to only have one account. You can actually have multiple accounts, like Smo, like me, like Vadim, like Ash. We all have multiple accounts, right? So most of the players that I know that play games like this, they will have what they so-called a main account. That is usually the very first account that they invested their time and their money in.
Mm-hmm.
They will always take care of the account, right? And then they will have the secondary account, the third account. So it's endless possibility. But now what I feel is that if the developers, when they open up a new server, how are they actually really going to bring in the players, the new players? Because there will definitely be old players. Because, for example, server 8, there's actually a bunch of them. They are actually players from older servers.
Really?
They either start up a new account and then they migrated there, or they practically just go over there and start a new account and play again. There are people in the game that are still trying to make their account works in the game. There are. It's just that we don't see them in the older server. Because to them, they feel that, oh shit, no matter what I do, I can never catch up with Smash. No matter what I do, I can never catch up with the team. No matter what I do, I cannot catch up with Ash. I can't. So they don't talk. But when they go to a new server with new players, they are the OGs.
Right.
And if they prepare their account good enough and they jump to the new server, they actually can gain power quickly and establish themselves as a strong player in the new server.
I like that. and you know, for me personally, you know, I don't mind them opening up new servers all the time, as long as they have a way to keep the players. because if you're just opening up new servers and you're not
Yeah.
making changes that make people want to stay, that's not a good thing, because you're really just shooting yourself in the foot, because those servers are not going to last very long, and then pretty soon those players they're going to have a bad experience and they're not going to want to come back.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
But regarding this, I can say that the current team of developers, they are really doing a great job. Remember, we are always talking about the legendary couple medals
yeah.
that we are unable to get them. And with this latest update, I tell you, it's them freaking amazing.
The VIP shop.
Yes.
Wait, say that again, please.
You can
Now
buy
you can
60 legendary couple medals from. Oh, okay. Now it's called hero medals from VIP shop if you're VIP 15 or above. Every single week.
That's awesome. Get that VIP up, folks.
Yep. And so now, like players like Ash, who don't spend that much in the game, and she has been stuck with her heroes, she has the chance to get these medals now, as long as she move up VIP level.
Start collecting your gold. Huh?
Yeah. So do you guys actually know that you can mine goals on the field?
Yeah, dude. That's amazing.
I said in the previous episode. Huh?
Yeah, we talked about how you can get like 1,000 gold a day if you're constantly gathering gold.
Of course, you need to spend a bit time if you have to put an alarm clock or timer to remind yourself.
Turn on your notification setting. Very important.
Yeah, because even if you're working, I believe you do go have your lunch, you do go have your cigarette break, or you do go for your toilet break. While you're doing this, you just probably need 4 to 5 minutes time to send them out to collect again.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, used to smoke every 30 minutes.
That's funny. Yeah, guys, I do think that having conversations like this is just fun, because in my imaginary worlds, anything can happen, and I'm gonna come up with some really cool scenarios to talk about. This was just kind of like winging it. I would like to put some more thought into some imaginary world questions and get everybody's opinion. And also, Chat Mafia, if you guys hear a question, and you know me, my questions can get a little crazy sometimes. Feel free to pitch in and give us your guys' ideas as to what would happen in that situation. I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode tonight. It was fun for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. It's going to let the developers know and YouTube know that you guys enjoy the content. If you guys have not downloaded this game, you can find in the description of this video the links for the game in the Apple Play Store and the Android Play Store. If you are going to download the game, download it by using that link. That's going to let the developers know that you guys found it by watching this video. And also, if you guys have not joined the communities for War Elite, you guys can find in the description of this video the link for the official War Elite Discord and the official War Elite Facebook page. And we appreciate all your guys' love and support. To my amazing co-hosts here, Vadim, Smash, and Ash Bashi, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping out. In chronological order, if you guys want to say anything to the people at home before we get out of here, definitely do that. My man Vadim, if you have anything you want to say to the people.
I would say take your time and learn about the game, because right now we are still learning, and it's like a never-ending learning curve.
So true. What about you, Ashy Bashy?
Yeah, with that being said, ask questions. Seriously, I don't care if you think it's stupid. Just ask away. We are always around to help.
Yeah, 100%. I would love to, help anybody in the community either find a server that's good for you, find a family that's good for you, answer any questions about the game. We're here for absolutely all of you guys. Smash, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
All right, for players who have actually have chance to talk to the developers in other games that you have played, let me tell you guys, this group of developers for this game is amazing. It will be something that I guarantee that you all will never see from other games developers. All right, they are damn amazing. They are actually listening, trying to make the game better, giving you guys a very good gaming experience. Right, they are taking in as much feedback as they can, but they need everybody's contribution to help them to make this game a better game, so that every one of us can enjoy playing it. So I want to shout out to the developers. Good job so far. Right, keep it up. That's about it.
Yeah, 100%, guys. The developers at iFun.com, they really do want not only what's best for the community, what's best for the players, but also, they want to make sure that they're not just rolling out updates for new capos, right? A lot of games, they'll just roll out new stuff for people to spend money on. They're taking their time with these updates, and they're really giving us content, right? Because they could have been open up tons of servers a long time ago, and they made it explicitly clear that that wasn't in the plans, and they wanted to put out content. So now we have things like Sea Battle, and Duel in the North. We have cross server events. We have they're working on a new update now to just give us more stuff to do. So they really care about the types of updates that they're putting out. So they can't know what you want if you're not telling us. And I take pride in the fact that the content that we're making and the channel, we are kind of like a go-between, right? Like we're the in-between between the community and the developers, because we talk to them on a regular basis, and we can be that middleman between the community and the developers. And if you guys have stuff that you want to see changed, if you guys have suggestions and stuff, we'd love to hear from you, and we can pass that message along. If you guys don't have a way to get your message to the developers, we can definitely do that for you. So please come on in, talk to us. We'd love to hear from you guys. And again, 1 UTC time tomorrow, 10:15, we'll be here. Okay, guys. So I look forward to tomorrow, and we have a lot more great content that we want to bring you guys. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Dude, I have not upgraded my capos in so long.
Whoa.
I've been stacking up materials.
Look at this. I have 3,000 preacher fragments. Oh my fucking god.
3,000 what?
3,400 preacher fragments. Jesse Cooper.
What the fuck? That's crazy.